For numbers 5 through 8, we are solving our systems. Remember, solving our systems means that we have two different ways that we can look at it. We can look at it through substitution, or we can look at it through the combination elimination method. So for number 5 and 6, I asked you to do it via substitution. Substitution means we're going to solve for one of the variables, and then we're going to plug it into the other one. So we're given two equations here. And the variable that looks like the easiest to solve for is going to be our x, because it already has no coefficient. So I'm simply going to rewrite our bottom equation as x equal 12 minus 2y. I like to have that negative inside. You can put it in front if you'd like as well. And since I solved our bottom equation and I rewrote it, I have to plug it into the top one. So everywhere that I see x, I'm going to plug in my new x value. So I'm going to have 9 times 12 minus 2y. See, so this was the original x. I'm just plugging in my new x value, minus 5y equals negative 30. Now the check is, when you plug and substitute in, you should now only have one variable. So we're going to look across and we're going to see I now only have y's. That's perfect. So we're going to do... we just work across. And so we've got 9 times 12, so I have 108. We're distributing, so remember the 9 has to go to everybody. 9 times negative 2, so I have negative 18y minus 5y equals negative 30. I'm going to combine like terms, so I have 108, 18, and they're both negative, so I'm going to add them together and keep the negative sign. So 18 and 5 is 23. So I've got 23y equals negative 30 here. So I'm going to subtract 108 from both sides. So I have negative 23y is equal to negative 138. And if I divide both sides by negative 23, I'm going to end up with a positive because the negative divided by negative. So I have y is going to be equal to 6. Well, now that's one solution. This isn't the whole thing. Remember, your answers now need to be in a coordinate form. So y equals 6, I'm going to plug that into my y value. So what is x? Well, we knew up here that x is equal to 12 minus 2y. So x is equal to 12 minus 2 times 6. 12 minus 12, x is equal to 0. So we plug that in, right? Number 6, same thing. We're going to solve for one value. So which one do you want to solve for? It doesn't matter. I'm going to solve this bottom one. X is equal to 2 minus y. I'm just moving my y over. And then I'll plug it into the top one. So everywhere that I see x, which is right here in the front, I'm going to plug in 2 minus y. So that was my first x plus 3y equals negative 2. I now only have one variable, that's correct. So I have 2 minus y plus 3y equals negative 2. We will combine like terms. Do not lose this negative sign. It is a part of the value of y. It is negative 1y. So 3 minus 1 gives me 2y. So I have 2 plus 2y now. I'm going to move my 2 over by subtracting it from both sides. So I have 2y is equal to negative 4. Divide both sides by 2, y is equal to negative 2. Again, that is only one part of our solution. Y is negative 2. So what's x? Well, we go back up and we plug it in. So x is equal to 2 minus, now this is an easy place to get tricked because it's minus the y, but our y is negative. But this is actually minus our entire y value. Our entire y value is negative 2. So it is 2 minus a negative 2, which is the same as 2 plus 2. So x is equal to 4 for that one. All right, number 7, I asked you to use the combination method or elimination. So the first thing that we do is we look at our coefficients. Is there anything that we can add or subtract to get rid of it? No, currently we can't. However, if we were to multiply the entire top equation by the number 2, we would easily get a 4. So now I have 4x plus 6y equals negative 14. Do not forget to distribute this 2 all the way through every part of it. It is easy to miss the other side. Then I have my original equation, which is negative 4x minus 5y equals 13. We're going to do our little chart. Keep our x's in a row, our y's in a row, and our numbers in a row. And in this case, my numbers are opposite, so I can add them together. 4 minus 4 gives me a 0. That's what I wanted. 6 minus 5 gives me a single y. Negative 14 plus 13 gives me a negative 1. So y is equal to negative 1. Again, this is only part of our solution. So if y is equal to negative 1, what is x? Well, we get to choose any one that we want. I'm going to choose this top one because the number's a little bit smaller. So 2x plus 3 times y, which is a negative 1, equals negative 7. 2x minus 3 is negative 7. We add 3 to both sides. 2x is now equal to negative 4. Divide by negative 2, x is equal to negative 2. We're going to plug negative 2 in. So our full solution is negative 2, negative 1. Now on 8, same thing. We're going to look at our coefficients, and we're going to see, is there anything we can go ahead and cancel out? I've got a 3 and a 2. Those won't cancel. I've got a 3 and a 6. Those won't cancel. However, I notice that 3 is just half of 6. So again, I'm going to multiply my entire top one by 2, and I'm going to get 6x plus 6y equals 0. I did distribute it across, but 2 times 0 is still going to be a 0. Okay, and then I'm going to have my original equation, negative 2x plus 6y is equal to negative 24. Now, in this case, what we could have done is we could have chosen to multiply times a negative 2, or we can subtract. I'm looking at this one, and often the subtraction can get hard. So I'm just going to again say I'm going to multiply the entire top equation by a negative 1. So I'm going to have negative 6, negative 6y, and then negative 1 times 0 is still 0. So now I can make my little chart, keep my x's and y's separate, x's, y's, and numbers. I'm going to add them together. Negative 6 plus negative 2 is negative 8x. Negative 6 plus 6y is a 0. That's what I wanted, is a 0. And then I have a negative 24. So negative 8x equals negative 24. X is equal to 3. So now that I know x equals 3, again, that's just one part. We can plug it back in anywhere that we wanted. So we knew 3 times x plus 3y equals 0. 9 plus 3y equals 0. 3y would equal negative 9. Y equals negative 3. 3, negative 3 is my answer. It's my solution set for that number 8.